Here is John Lennox answering one of the hardest questions of life: evil and suffering. Lennox explains that atheism offers no real hope. In a godless universe, suffering has no ultimate meaning, injustice has no final answer, and pain ends only in silence. Christianity is different. God is not distant from suffering. He entered it. At the cross, God confronted evil, and through the resurrection, he offers hope beyond pain and death. Christianity does not deny suffering. It promises that suffering will not have the final word. Let's listen to these brilliant answers from John Lennox.
Atheism is a hopeless faith. And I say that to people directly. It is hope. You have no hope to offer to that young woman of 24 with a tumor. Absolute none. So that's a dead end. Atheism doesn't work. It gives you a kind of temporary satisfaction, but in the end you have no hope. You have defined it out of existence conceptually, and you've no actual hope because there's no life after death. Now, I'm a Christian. How do I begin to square it? And I say, well, at the heart, and this is coming right to the heart of it directly. Depends on the person, of course, you want to engage gently with, because people are hurting, their nerves are raw, they've lost a relative and all that. But I say, you know that at the heart of Christianity there's a cross. That is suffering and extreme pain. Now, try and come with me, if you will. I know you might find this very difficult to accept, but the Christian claim is that the person on the cross was God incarnate. So if that is true, and just come with me, if that is true, we can legitimately ask, what is God doing on a cross, if I might put it that way? And surely, doesn't it show you that if that is so, then God has not remained distant from the problem of suffering, but has himself become part of it? Now, I think that's the beginning of a step, but it's not the final step. If God is like that, where can we find hope? Well, the next step is, the next big Christian claim is that God by his power raised Jesus from the dead, so that death is not the end. That changes my whole universe. That changes everything. Because if that's true, it means that there is hope beyond the grave. And sometimes I risk telling them a personal experience. I say, you know, my sister had a 22-year-old daughter, just married to a youth pastor in a church, and she got a brain tumor that killed her. She held on to her faith in Christ. How did she possibly do that? It was a traumatic period for my sister, and it took a long time to manage to come to terms, but she hasn't lost her faith either. Why? Because Jesus brings hope. He doesn't guarantee a release from the physical process of death, but what he does guarantee is a salvation that transcends COVID, transcends brain tumors, transcends death. Now, atheism can't offer anything like that. It doesn't mean we don't suffer, we don't have pain, but it means that we have a way in. So I don't give an answer, but I like to point people towards a person who I believe is the answer.